Selecting the incorrect ladder type has been identified as one of the primary reasons for ladder accidents. There are a ton of ladder types out there that'll cover just about any need or situation. Perhaps the most popular ladder out there is the step ladder. This is pretty much the workhorse of the industry. It's rugged, self-supporting, and for the most part, mobile. It'll fill just about any need
to a fault.
Because again, people sometimes have a tendency to put the stepladder into situations it has no business being in. It's designed to replace the wardrobe ladder and the ever so popular 5, 10, 15 gallon ladder. But when there's just not enough 5-gallon buckets to get you where you want to reach, the extension ladder is the viable alternative. It can go where others can't, and then, for some people, that still isn't enough. Of course, the further you need to reach, the larger the ladder, which then adds heft. This encourages some people to start separating the extension ladder. This is all well and fine as long as the manufacturer and company policy allow it. When the sections are permitted to be separated, it is usually only the base section that will allow you to use independently. The fly section may not have enough bulk to maintain the ladder's overall capacity, and its narrower base will definitely make it more unstable to climb. If the manufacturer and company policy do not permit the extension ladder to be separated, then there's always the straight ladder. This is about as streamlined and basic as you can get. Rungs, side rails, and feet, no moving parts. In the working world, these are primarily used to gain access to tight areas like confined spaces and narrow trenches. Other than that, they're still popular with the firefighters. Low bulk, high mobility, and able to reach the first and second floor windows. And then of course, they're also a favorite with grifters and entertainers, who apparently are outside the long arm of OSHA. There's the telescopic ladder, which appears to be a hybrid between the straight ladder and the extension ladder. It's valued for its compactness and portability. The downside is its construction. A lot more moving parts, which demands a higher degree of maintenance.
It's actually stuck in a few places. We've been trying to get it back down, but some of the levers are stuck.
The platform ladder is a step ladder minus the temptation to stand on the top step and cap. It provides a larger standing platform at the top with the extended rails assisting with the worker's balance. You add wheels to the platform ladder and you get the rolling ladder. Although there are fiberglass models out there, traditionally these are warehouse workhorses and are constructed of steel to endure the dynamics of such an environment, coupled with the fact that there is an extremely low probability of it ever being exposed to live electrical parts. A little closer to the ground, we have the step stools. These are generally no taller than about 32 inches. Unless the manufacturer says otherwise, generally the top cap is a usable step and is typically wider to accommodate it being used as a platform. You don't get a lot of height out of these things, but they are extremely convenient when you only need about a foot or two of height and don't want to manhandle a 6 to 8 foot step ladder to get it. Some of these step stools actually look like ladders, with the key difference being, other than very short, that when they are opened and the ladder locks are engaged for the first time, well, they're engaged permanently. Here we've got the twin step ladder for those workers that get a little lonely at heights. This particular step ladder is designed to be climbed on both sides and to support two workers simultaneously as long as they do not exceed the ladder's capacity. Hook ladders are specialty ladders requiring anchorage in unique circumstances. Examples include sloped surfaces such as roofs, accessing telecommunication lines to maintain equipment, electrical transmission line work, and, again, firefighters. There's the folding or articulating ladder, as well as the multi-purpose ladder. Something to keep in mind with these specialty ladders is that just because you think you can do something with them doesn't mean you should try. Bringing up the rear, we have the very specialized ladders that we don't expect to encounter a whole lot in our type of workplace. The orchard ladder, the attic ladder, as well as the fire escape ladder. And with over 100 ladder fatalities and 22,000 ladder injuries every year, you can pretty much guess what prompted the design and manufacture of this, the safety ladder. Let's face it, if you get hurt on this ladder, it's either because you wanted to get hurt or you were trying to move it. Choosing a ladder constructed of the wrong materials is a main contributor to these accidents. As you can imagine, since a large amount of our work is within the proximity of exposed, energized parts, metal ladders are rare on most job sites if they're running around at all. If they are around, then you'll find them mostly in the office and warehouse environments. They are never to be used out in the field. Fiberglass is the popular construction material for most ladders anymore. It's relatively lightweight, easy to produce, and above all, non-conductive. There are still wood ladders out there, but not only are they heavy, but they require an additional degree of both inspection and maintenance because of their vulnerability to the elements. Wood ladders may actually be found on some job sites as job-made ladders, but their construction is heavily regulated by OSHA standards. And you can bet that if there is one on the job site, it will probably be the very first thing the compliance officer is interested in going over and taking a look at. Don't exceed the capacity of the ladder. There are 5 ladder capacities as you can see here, and if the ladder doesn't have a capacity rating on it, then it's just like a crane missing a load chart. You cannot use it. The versatility of ladders has opened up the marketplace to a whole slew of aftermarket accessories. They've got stabilizers, outriggers, walk-through extensions. They've got gates, tool buckets, tool shells, attachable platforms. Whatever you can think of, it's probably out there. But only if the manufacturer of the ladder provides written authorization for that aftermarket accessory to be used in conjunction with that specific ladder, only then is it allowed to be used. Otherwise, it could in some way, shape, or form affect the stability, integrity, or operation of that ladder, thus resulting in incident or accident.